Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just put up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you mean to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty, half my age, at the crib, and I'm trying to get to her. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's alright. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, cause it look like you need
one drink. I can do one drink. I can do one drink, cause I really yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things I want to brought you by is Camo Dumpsters. This is a great company that I got going up there in Tennessee. We ain't regularly, but again, I'm going to be all over. That's in Obion County up there. One of the things I can tell you is, again, roll off, tractor trailer, transfer station. Transfer station is also in Missouri. So one of the things I want to tell you is we bringing things that's going to make things easy for you. That's right. We can get a dumpster at your house and let you throw that trash up in there and we take it away. Coronavirus got you scared. Don't let me. All you got to do is get your trash out and I'll get it free. Same thing you've been doing with the common folks, but this is the stuff that y'all hoarders should know about. Yes! When them women get on your butt about all that junk, that's what we do. Get it away from you. Here at Camo.
There you go.
Now, I got to get back to this person that comes with me each and every time. Come into this bad boy with a smile. Craftmatic, how you doing tonight, big baby?
Fabulous, Jay. Fabulous. As per usual.
Man,
right?
Still got that smile.
Yeah, man. It's January 2023, and I am on fire for this year.
Okay.
And so I wake up every day with a smile and ready to go and get it. So everything's lovely, man. Everything's lovely.
I like that. You got somebody next to you, bro. We're going to talk about her. You know what I'm saying?
We got Miss
Person
Brittany here
selling
tonight.
houses, doing things. Let's find out what she
know how I do.
How you doing, Miss Brittany?
I'm doing amazing.
Listen to that. Amazing.
Amazing.
Okay.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it.
Me too.
And how are you, Smooth Jay?
Man, let me tell you, I've been through a whole lot, and it seems like every time I come on the show, I tell you. I show up to show out, but one of the things I can tell you, man, don't let stress mess your life up.
Yes.
A lot of times you try to control what you can't. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're going through a situation where the economy is not really shaking out to be, the petrodollar don't seem to be on our end no more. It looks like it's on the other end. And you wonder what to do. One of the things I can tell you, consolidate and understand what you're doing. Get your stuff in order, and then you can be better suited for what's coming. But I see people still want to do their regular things, thinking their regular thing is going to get them what they want. You don't got no plan, you ain't got no actions, and then you hope. Hope without work is dead.
Yes.
And I really feel sorry for a lot of people just hoping that everything comes out right, and you ain't doing no work to make it good for you.
Yeah.
This is the time that we need to really get together and make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, the economy is kind of crazy, but are you looking at the economy? Are you studying it? Or are you just over there talking? All we want to do is talk about what the news gives us. I hate what just happened in Memphis. Okay? It ain't like it ain't been happening.
Right.
But again, more stuff gonna come out and it'll reveal itself. But for the people that's out there, let's do better. I see people don't even want to work. Hell, the people that work for me don't even want to work.
Right.
But I promise you, they're doing more work for me now than they ever did before because we got to make this work.
Yes.
And I have to have a team of people to realize I can't do it alone.
There you go.
And we have to realize that and start motivating each other and stop looking at everything as an excuse. My folks showed me that they got it by them doing their job.
Right.
And I really hope everybody else got a significant others that's going to do the same because we got to come together through all this. But all we want to do is blame and shame. But don't let me preach on it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, listen, ultimately what Jay is saying is it's time to turn up. And if you are not turned up, you got to find a way to turn up.
That's it.
And we don't know what that's going to be for you. Everybody's got a little different button to hit to get turned up. But it's time to get turned up.
Yes.
No more lollygagging in life. No more lounging. No
Yes.
more wondering. No more hoping. It's time to get on the train and roll. And we've seen for years and years and years people sitting on the sideline. To be honest with you, people who are on the sideline are falling way behind. Way behind in life, way behind in health, way behind in their relationships. They just are not getting it done. Right?
I agree.
My notion is that life is moving at 100 miles an hour. If you're not moving at 100 miles an hour, you're falling behind. Bottom line. Right? And what does moving at 100 miles an hour mean? That means you got to get up and go harder than yesterday. Whatever that might mean, whatever that might look like, you got to get up and go get life done. And ultimately, I think the people are leaning on hope so much because they really don't have a belief. You know, hope can be kind of fleeting. I hope this happens. And then you just kind of let it go. You don't think about it no more. You don't worry about it no more. But when you got belief, when you got faith, when you are invested in something, you think about it all day, every day.
Yes.
Correct.
And so those people who are hoping are probably not thinking about something they want to achieve all day, every day.
Okay.
So in order to get belief up, we need to get your mindset right. We need to get you thinking about your gifts and your dreams and your hopes and the things that are going to make a true difference in your life.
Okay.
Because if you're not thinking about those things all day, every day, which is really what moving at 100 miles an hour is all about,
Right.
if you're not thinking about those things every day, it's impossible to attract them. It's impossible to manifest them. It's impossible to have them in your life.
Yeah.
You know, this is A and this is B.
Right.
If you never identify B, it's impossible to get there. It's mathematically impossible for you to get to somewhere that you haven't even identified. What happens is, in your life, you start drifting off all over here and over here. And at the end of the year, it's always a successful year. But it's not success because success is based on a predetermined goal. Right? Something that you want, something that you long for, and then you go and get that.
Okay.
Right? So I think a great way to introduce our show. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
In the building.
We got Brittany in the house. And of course, we are here to share with you a fantastic dialogue. We have found that sometimes just talking about things brings healing. Even more than that, talking about things brings the depth of understanding that we all need to have as we move throughout life. And so we're hoping that this dialogue can bring some healing, some therapy unto your life. As we talk through the conversation, check yourself. Find some ways to improve yourself. Find some ways to elevate your consciousness and your spirit. Make some clear decisions about what you're going to do, what you're not going to do.
Right.
Yes.
And so by the end of this show, you should have some more bricks in your armor, some more bricks in your wall. You should be a little bit stronger and should be a little more decisive about how you're going to deal with what we're talking about tonight. And in fact, what we are talking about is something that we've all dealt with. The major causes of cheating.
What? Why?
What are the major causes of cheating? If you know what causes somebody to go astray on you, then maybe you won't do it. Maybe you'll find a way to open yourself up to some new behaviors. And so
New
let's
behaviors.
just
We're going to pray over this.
let's just see what we come out with. First of all, we just want to thank you folks again for being here with us tonight. This is just Jay and I's opportunity to be leaders in our own community. And this is not a pre-script. We're really coming off the dome, and we want to talk about it as real as we can possibly talk about it.
Yes.
Of course, we always start the show off with a prayer. And I didn't know, Jay, did you want to pray for us tonight?
You know, so let's do something different. Let me go ahead and grab this one from you, Craig.
Okay, get it in.
This prayer gonna be a prayer. I'm gonna talk to the Lord. Lord, please help us understand that we're going through some things, but with your guidance, we can make it through.
Yes.
I like to say, Lord, all we got is our vision, and we use our vision and not your understanding of what we need to be. You're following ours, you're following everything but you. Can we sit back and realize you've been there for us since the start of time?
Yes.
There's no reason that we should have gave up on you, but we believe in material things over you. We idolize things that you done taught us not to do. And now we're in a world of famine. Please let us stop seeing what we see and understand what you have for us, where we can live our righteous purpose.
Yes.
Not just what we want, not just what we dream, but what you have for us, because everyone has a gift.
Yes.
Release that gift and show them how much love you have, how you sacrificed to show us, but we still don't believe the sacrifice. Ain't none of us just on the cross, but we will be. So if you really want to live your life, don't just go to the end. Understand what you do. Get your mind right and live a better life. And that prayer is a prayer I pray. Amen.
Amen. That was a good one, Jay.
Let me tell you, man.
Get
Sound
your
like
mind right.
something is weighing heavy on you.
Well, one of the things
He sound like he in pain.
it's not
Hurting Jay?
Lord, we need to see you.
thinking. I ain't playing with them passes. I'm just
we ain't
saying, but,
playing.
you know, it's one of the things that, you know, we keep looking to see and you forget what he's in you.
Yeah.
And a lot of things you seeing past him to see something that you believe.
That you shouldn't see. Yeah, that you shouldn't
But he
pay
has a
attention
gift for you bigger than what you see.
Right.
But we don't.
But you
we
want to
don't
hold
look at
on to
that.
what you don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
And then again, I want him to release that for you can get a blessing. Because I really feel like a lot of people live in their hells and they need to be in their heaven.
They do. I mean, I always pray, God, your will, your way.
Yes.
Like you order the steps. If it's not for me, then I don't want it. I don't want what I want. I want what you have.
I want what
for
you
me
would have for me,
in my
right.
life.
Because what I want might destroy me.
Exactly, because we don't know. We human. We don't know.
We don't know.
just see what we see.
But
and
let me tell you the best way I've explained it to people in the past.
Okay.
Right?
What's that?
Inside of the acorn is the oak tree.
Right.
It was ordained to be an oak tree at the beginning of time. And if it ever tried to be the bush or the limb or the grass, it's going to limit its potential. It's not going to be the great oak tree that it should be.
Okay.
And that's what we have happening is that we really have people who have a lack of self.
Right.
And so I don't know that I'm an oak tree.
Right.
And so I just try to be a shrub.
Be something
I just
else.
try to be a bush. I just try to be
Exactly.
something lower, right?
Exactly.
And so, ultimately we need the Lord to open their minds. Open
Right.
their minds, open their heart, open these people's understanding of what he has for them based upon what he has put in them. Right?
Facts. That's a well said.
Oh yes.
Well said.
I can't say nothing. You was
Well
like
said.
what you supposed to be, and we in Atlanta.
Hot ATL. Hot land.
You know we won't go there, but we know there's a whole lot of folks say what they ain't and pray what they want. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm confused on a lot of things, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm
We
gonna let it go.
ain't paying
I'm
attention
gonna
to
let it
that side of
go.
it.
I'm not paying attention, but you
We're not
gotta
touching-
show me some
Yeah.
attention when you're like, oh,
Yeah.
you're just too much.
Yeah.
Keep on
I'm just a firm believer. I've developed in my mindset curriculum
What's that?
to a place where I'm starting to get really upset with motivational speakers and pastors and all of these people who are quote unquote pouring into humanity.
The leaders.
Yeah, and ultimately what they're doing is they're giving people a great message, a great speech, sounds good, but can you use it? Can you go back to your life and apply it? Are you going to change some behaviors as a result of what you heard in this sermon or in this motivational speech? And in most cases, they come out of there feeling great, but
Yeah.
they don't do anything
Feeling
different.
motivated.
We have to teach people how to take action.
How to
upon
execute.
their life. That's exactly right.
Got to execute.
And the way you execute, the primary way you execute, is to see yourself executing,
Executing.
right? See yourself. I remember one night I was troubled with production. And I was sitting on my back porch, and I just took a glimpse inside of the living room and dining room through my glass window, and I saw the table, and something caused me to picture myself at that table, grinding. And I just started playing with the idea. I pictured it real hard. I'm sitting there working. I'm on my computer. I'm on my phone. I'm pacing the floor. I'm just going hard for 3-4 hours. This is what I'm saying in my mind. The very next night I walked in the house, I literally lost myself. The only thing I could do was sit down at that computer, and I found myself at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning,
Grinding.
coming out of that zone, right? And I realized that I had created my own production
Right.
through the visioning in my mind.
Right.
We have to see ourselves
We do.
achieving the award. You have to see yourself making the money. You have to see yourself with the house. The Lord has been telling us for years, you have to believe that you already have it to get it.
Yep.
You're not going to get it unless you believe you already have it. You already have access to it. You are already big enough to deserve it.
Exactly.
You're responsible enough to take care of it. Whew, we can keep that conversation
We
going
can
for
keep
a
it
long
going
time,
because
right?
you already know.
Yeah, and I think this conversation is going to lend itself to some of that as well. Right?
Yeah.
Let's dive right in, right? I think this conversation is probably bigger
I'm
than the
nervous.
amount of time that we got.
I'm
going on
nervous.
here. Ain't no need to be nervous.
No, I'm nervous.
You should have thought about that before you cheated.
No, I wasn't nervous then. I ain't think I was gonna get caught. That's the problem.
That's part of the problem. People don't think they get caught. They
That's
got
the
caught
issue.
cheating. That could be one of the major.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got caught, and
Yeah.
so somebody's feeling neglected, and they gonna get back at you.
Yeah.
You know, and so they want to go cheat themselves.
But the person
Isn't that one good
she
reason?
felt neglected too. That's why she says you needed something.
I need to
I need to give to.
Wow, so y'all both were cheaters?
Yeah, we both. Yeah, cause
Only you, Jay. Only
it
you
was
would
not
find
just
a
me.
cheater to cheat with.
All I know is when I had that conversation, she bent over. So what I supposed to do?
Oh
You're supposed to
my.
walk away, Jay.
I did. I walked right up in.
Away.
Why?
Okay, let me.
It was
I
my
don't
duty.
run away from the light. I go towards the light.
Exactly. It opened up to me.
Let me set some foundation in this conversation.
Okay, set the foundation, Craig, because you're the one that lays
All
it
right.
on out. Okay, so what's the foundation?
As we
I
know,
thought I did.
many relationships are not working. Right? We know that 50% or more of marriages are failing. We know that before people get to marriages, there's probably a greater number than 50% that are failing. Right? That's why people won't make it to the altar. And so something is going on with men and women in relationships. There's a dynamic that's happening that are causing them to leave each other. But oftentimes we are aware of issues where people are doing things before they leave each other. They're doing things rather than leave each other. They're cheating,
The red flags.
right? And we want to understand what this cheating thing is all about. What drives a person? You're in a monogamous relationship, marriage or otherwise,
Oh, you
Yeah.
and you are what? That's the right term, right? Jay hates the word
Jay has
monogamy.
never been
He doesn't like the word monogamy at all, you know,
Hold on. I'm taking-
because he feels
I'm
too
taking
much
my
pressure
jacket
to
off.
be in
Y'all
monogamy.
making it hot up in here. Hold on.
Listen.
Hold on.
Yeah, my partner here has a big time problem with monogamy.
Definitely.
I
I
done heard you for over 600 shows. You ain't got to tell me how you feel about
Right.
it.
You can just play it back. Play it back.
Let's
You
get
can
back to this
understand.
about a problem.
Okay, what's the problem?
It's not a problem. It's just I really feel like a lot of times people rush into things too fast. You get into a monogamous relationship when you ain't been healed from half the stuff you went through, and you're doing it to please a person, and you ain't even understanding yourself. So now you're doing something, and it's going to cause you miserable pain because you ain't doing it for the right reason. I should be in a monogamous relationship because that's what I want.
Yeah, which
It should be
desire.
something that I encourage and I understand, and that's what I believe in, and that's what I would do.
Yeah.
But if I'm doing it because you just asking me to, because of the fact you don't want to put me on the market, you don't want me on the market, you don't want me doing all the things that I used to do,
We don't
I
want
understand
it.
that's just for you, and that's not for me.
Right.
That's why I'm saying you got to
That's
stand
what
back
people
and
gotta
stand
speak
on
up.
something, but they don't always do it.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So don't
so
say I have
you,
a problem with it.
Jay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you, Jay, have you ever spoke up? And what I'm saying, like, because I know you've been married,
Yes, I have.
and I know that you struggled with some things. So, when you got into that marriage, I know y'all started very young.
Yes.
She was young.
Yes,
Y'all been together for a long time.
correct.
So in that situation, even though you didn't speak up, it was kind of like, was it more like a history thing for you? Like,
No.
this is the way it's supposed to go because it's always been this way?
No, the biggest problem
Or
with
did you speak up?
this is one of the ones I gotta tell you. I gotta own up and confess to some things.
Okay,
I jumped into marriage before I really understood marriage.
okay.
Okay, I pleased the person after I already had my kids, and I went for her because she was the best source that I felt was gonna be there for me. And I really feel like she was a person that would be me to the end. But the bottom line, I ain't understand marriage. That's a contractual agreement. It's to the death. If I would have known that and I understood that, maybe I would have took more emphasis on it. Because everybody want to look at how you can get out of it. If you cheat, you can get out of it. Do you understand that's a death contract? So when you get married, that is your significant other that you take care of until death. Death release you from that contract. I do contractual agreements all the time. Please understand me and read them. And you don't. So I got into something that I really didn't understand, but I really wanted to please her, and I got it, and I did it, and I didn't do the best thing throughout it. I let my ego get the best of me, and I am one of the people that take ownership of the mistake that I made.
Yes, you do.
Okay?
Yeah, you
Even
do.
taking that mistake, it doesn't change the fact of what I did.
Right.
Okay? Now, we had to go our own ways. It took a while for me to heal from that. That's why when our relationships wasn't working, it wasn't them, it was me.
Okay.
I had to take that time to heal. So then I got away from my relationships and I just dated. The reason I started just dating is because, again, I ain't have to just be alone, but I needed some alone time for I can start better understanding the love that I need for myself. I lost that when I lost my significant other because I lost a piece of me
Okay.
trying to
That's
do
good.
something other than what I needed to
That's
be.
good.
Okay.
So watch this. Everybody can see as this conversation develops. Everyone can see that there's an issue brewing.
Yes.
right? The issue is I really wasn't ready to be in a relationship, but I found myself in a relationship.
Marriage.
I'm kind of in this relationship. Or, I'm in this relationship and I didn't understand what this marriage was going to be or what it was all about. So now I've realized that I'm not wanting to be here. I'm not supposed to be here. And so why don't we just say that? Why do we go and cheat? Why don't we just start dealing with, let me just, okay.
The real issue. Start dealing with the core.
Some of the real issues came out later on because, again, you develop it. We started off very young. I was with her 23 years. I was married 17. No excuses. Bottom line is, when I would start growing, I grew away from her. Because, again, we had our own arguments and debates, and I got my ego on my side, and I allowed my ego to talk more to me than her. One thing you gotta understand, your best friend should be your only friend. You don't let outsiders in. If I ever give anybody any advice, quit listening to somebody else, and please don't go to social media for any of your problems. Right. Because misery loves company, and that's all you're doing is inviting that shit in. Right. Understand you need to get with the one that you hurting, and that's the one you with. That's a tough thing, OJ. And that's part of why they cheat. You need to keep your family out. Okay, because then you bring more people in that don't need to be in, and now they're making decisions for you because you did too much. Because you forgot about what it was. It's you two, and it ain't against the world. It's you two understanding the world and making it understanding where you want to be. Me and her stopped planning.
You stopped. You
stopped planning. And we started doing separate things.
Okay, so y'all basically separated and became more individual.
No, we didn't even know about separation at the time. We still coming home. We still laying in the bed, but the separation was in our mind.
Separate in your mind.
Right, because
the mindset was different.
She's not trying to please me. I'm not just trying to please her, but I'm expecting her to. Now you're starting to see where the disrespect come from, because I'm losing it because I am in a different place and expecting her to be there, but I ain't communicating with her.
Right.
I'm going to keep it with y'all real, because the problem is y'all ain't talking real. All y'all want to do is talk about what sounds good, and you don't want to look back. Half of y'all look back because your ass ain't doing right. And then you wonder why it failed, because you too big on you. You ain't even looking at the other person.
Exactly.
I don't want to look back. I don't get on this show not to look back. I'm telling you the damn truth. Right. Because you don't want to hear. You want to hear the pastor tell you how you need to do. Turn your cheek. I had a problem when the pastor told me, you slap me, I promise you, I ain't turning my cheek unless you hit my ass. I'm going to have a problem with you, and we going to deal with it. Everything ain't that way.
Right. Nobody wants to deal with the real issue. But that person you with should be that main person that you go to. Yeah.
And we don't. We let everything else.
Yeah, but see, that's hard.
It might be so
watch this.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Hold on. Let me answer this one.
What?
Since it's so hard, try doing it with somebody else, and I'm going to show you a failure. Because I'm going to show you what happened, because I've been there. And remember one thing, what's hard is what God does. He hardened you. He hardened you for you can understand. If y'all go through that testament, you will go through another one. When you want to fail it, go to somewhere else. And I tell you, you'll be over here talking to me.
Yeah, the problem you run from is going to be waiting for you when you get wherever you are.
It's going to be right there.
Yeah, it's going to be right there.
It's like a U-turn. It's like...
Like an interpersonal U-turn, right?
Yeah.
But listen, here's the reason why I say it's hard. I had an ex-girlfriend. We had been together several years, off and on several years. Mm-hmm. She was putting pressure on me about wanting to, get married, give her a ring, at least make her a promise, you know what I'm saying? And so I didn't, because I had already made the decision I wasn't going to keep her forever. I just wanted us to be together for as long as we could be together, and then, da-da-da-da-da.
Was that explained?
No. Why? Okay. Why didn't I explain that? Because I'm be like, listen, baby. Let me explain that. Okay. The reason why I didn't explain is exactly what I'm telling you. It's hard. I can't go to somebody and be like, you know what? You really do some fun shit on this level, but as long as I don't have to attach myself to it, then I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? You can stay your lane, my lane. We can sleep together. We can buy groceries together. We have a good time. Yeah. And when the love, lackluster, and all that shit's gone, make a break.
Right.
Make a break and,
so
and do your thing.
The sex is good. Right. You would have killed
it wasn't all about sex. I liked a lot of things about her. You know what I'm saying? But there were some things that I didn't like about her. Right. And that's why I didn't marry her. You find couples, this happens a lot. You find couples that are together 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 years and didn't get married. Every single one of them is thinking just like I just explained to you. I love her, but that shit right there, no, I can't be attached to that. Right. Let's just stay together. Don't want to be attached. Right. That's why. Right? Okay. Especially a man. A woman will take a man with faults.
Oh,
with faults and issues, with a lot of bullshit.
We would take it.
Okay. But a man, when he
I got aggressive.
Getting a little
Because that is the truth. We wouldn't take it.
You would take it. You would take it.
We fall in love with potential.
But men don't think like that. Men won't take it. Men will say, I'm just going to hang in there as long as I can. Because what I'm not going to do is I'm not fixing to create this nice bow tie knot between her and I, and this shit right here I got to deal with. And I'm not going to deal with it.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, hopefully they'll never hear this show, and if they do, they'll never know it's them, right? So, as beautiful as this woman was, she did blow. But she didn't think I knew.
She did.
She did coke, right?
Oh, yeah.
So here's my mentality. My mentality is, okay, she's spending money. How much money she
Is
spending?
it crack or cocaine?
Right.
Because
How much?
cocaine ain't cheap.
Yeah. How much money she spending? And
Crack is, but it's
I
more
wonder.
different. I don't know how.
I wonder when she gets it.
Baking
Right?
soda.
Well,
Okay.
I wonder when she gets. I wonder who she gets it from. I wonder what she does when she doesn't have the money to get it. And so all of these things. But listen. If you are talking to somebody or in a relationship with somebody who is invested in something like that, you're not going to change them.
No.
All you're going to do is upset the environment. So what I did was I said, I'm going to let her be her, but she probably is not going to get me forever. So I'll let her be herself. But as long as we cohabitate and everything's lovely, that's cool.
Right.
But I'm not finna marry that.
Okay.
Right? And so I don't have to demean her. I don't have to break her down. I can just love her and be with her. I spent lots of money on her. We went on trips. We hung out. I loved up on her all that I could. The only thing that she was missing was tomorrow and the end of my life. But she had all of today. And so I didn't take anything away from her until she made the decision that she was going to cheat because I didn't want to marry her. Right?
So y'all were in a relationship.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Naturally.
But you knew you were not going to marry her.
Right.
And then she was upset about the fact that you would not marry her.
Right.
But she didn't know the reasons why.
She didn't. I never told her that I knew that she was doing it.
honest about, okay, this is my issue with you. This is my dilemma.
Yeah.
This is why I would not. And so she cheated. So did she say that was the ultimate reason? Because you wouldn't marry me, so I cheated on you.
No, it was just kind of I won't say imposed on us, but one of my buddies who happened to be her friend said to me, "Kraft, if you're not gonna marry him, man, you just need to leave her alone." And that's because they were friends and they had been talking. So
they had the conversation. So you felt like basically ultimately, but you never asked her.
I kind of got a question.
Asked her what?
You never had closure though.
I ain't worried about the closure. When she was on coke, did she act better?
Why do we do this with him?
She did at night, but the next day you have to recover from that shit. So she didn't during the day. Right?
So she was better on coke.
It was good during party hours, but when we weren't in party hours, she was kind of mean and edgy
That's
and shit.
not that's not the core we talking about, Jay. Like,
yeah, that's really that.
Your freak instincts is popping up. Okay, so Kraft, to say this, have you ever cheated, Kraft?
I have.
Okay. So when did you cheat? Who was it with? And why did you cheat?
Okay, I got tricked, right?
I got tricked. Here we go.
Into
Here go the bull.
I'm gonna use that one. That's better than entanglement. Yeah. Give me that one. I'm gonna use this one.
Nah, to be honest with you, I was kind of young and dumb, right?
Okay. Were you girlfriend, married?
Okay, I had a girlfriend. We had been together for a couple of years.
Okay.
She was a little too much heaviness on my mind, but I was in college, so she helped provide, and she cooked some meals, and we had a great time together. Okay. But I met this other young lady, and I don't know, she was just absolutely gorgeous, and maybe she just made it too easy for me.
It's the 80-20 rule.
What's the 80-20 rule?
The 80-20 rule is that 80% of the time you're gonna get what you need from your partner. But then here comes that 20% that looks like what? 100. And you think that 20% is 100, but it's only 20% of the 80 that you get from your partner.
Right.
So you're always going to get 80-20, but that 20% always manifests like 100%.
You're always going to get shafted. But watch this. I don't know if I should tell you a story. So, long story short, I got caught red-handed.
Red-handed where?
I got caught, not in it. No, not in it.
My bad.
I
mean, he the one said red-handed.
Yeah, not quite red-handed.
I gotta be flashback. Did you run?
So long story short, I come to my girlfriend's house one day, and both of them are sitting there waiting on me, right? And so I was like, yep, I did it. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? You ladies didn't
first
deserve
mistake.
it. Hold on.
First mistake.
I mean, you know, they were both sitting right there. It's like, he didn't hit me last night, he hit me yesterday, you know what I'm saying? So I was caught. So I was like, listen, you know, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I felt real bad. I really did.
Okay.
The trouble was they let it get dark, and I had to take the one girl home to her dorm, and I had
it again?
Yeah, I had to do it again.
What is this church song last time?
But listen,
that's what the song came from.
I'm 22 years old.
Okay,
I'm like women
But
are
you're
chasing me.
not
I didn't, I had never experienced it. I come from
excuse.
small town USA, and we women.
Why
women,
is that
you know,
an excuse?
Correct.
Everybody's gonna say that.
no, not
Correct.
excuse. Reasons,
Correct.
rationale.
Rationale,
I don't need you to
yeah.
forgive me.
I'm
I'm
not
just
trying
telling
to
you
hear
how I
her
thought
right
about
now.
it.
Okay.
You a player. You bet both of them, and you let them talk to each other, and you took one home, and you still
Last
smashed.
time.
And listen,
Last
and
time.
came back and ate dinner with the other one the next night. It was bad. I was a bad guy, right?
So you
and
did
I
'cause
feel
you
real
was
bad.
young.
I feel real bad about that because I think in my world today, I'm thinking like, what if somebody did your daughter like that?
That's
You know
all
what I'm
I
saying?
be
What if
saying.
somebody did your auntie or your cousin or your mama like that? You know
Your
what I'm saying?
mama. What
I
if
feel-
somebody did your mama like that?
I know.
I mean, the way
Yeah.
I look at
Like-
it, it didn't hurt.
And men
It
don't.
didn't beat her.
I'm gonna go grab some.
But here's
I'm gonna tell you.
here's the point of that.
Let me get this.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all. Anybody that date my daughters, one thing I always say: y'all might not always agree, and y'all might go back and forth. If you don't really want to be with my daughter, just return her how you found her. So while you keep saying what people go through, mental things gonna happen no matter what you say. But don't you put your hand on my daughter.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
So you
that's
return
it.
her how you found her.
That's it.
Because the bottom line, arguments and things are going to happen in life. All I ask is one thing. If you don't want her, don't you beat her. Don't you abuse her. Give her back to me.
Boom.
Simple. Because I ain't got time for the rest. Because what all they going to do, listen, she might be doing it damn. That's her business. Quit getting in everybody else's, but realize what you not going to do is abuse mine.
Yeah.
That's what I stand
That's a
for.
given
The
on
protector and the
Keep
father.
your hands
To
to
yourself.
yourself.
That's all I'm saying.
Even if you catch them cheating red-handed, do all that you can to walk out that room and bite your lip, bite your teeth, hit the wall. But if you go in there and kill somebody, you're going to jail. If you go in there and hurt somebody, you might get killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You never know how them situations
You don't
turn
know how they
out,
gonna
right?
pan out. So you did it because you were young.
I was young. But listen, I have a raging disdain for cheaters today.
Okay.
Right? Like I am
What kind of rage is that?
like I believe if you marry somebody, you gotta just hang in there. Just do right. Do the right thing. Like
Okay.
another woman or another man is not gonna
That's
solve your
adultery,
problem
that's
at
not
home.
cheating.
It's not.
It never has, it never will, and we might as well just let that go. So people who cheat nowadays, I'm really hard on, right? I was married, didn't cheat. My wife, she did.
She cheated.
Right.
Did she tell you why?
How hard are you on them?
No,
Just
nobody
ask
can ever really cheat.
Nobody really can
listen,
tell you the truth.
the reason people cheat is because they are not satisfied at home, and that can be real or not real.
Okay,
That can be
satisfied.
fantasy or not.
And satisfied, like, what do you mean? Do you mean sexually? Do you mean
Any of that.
any, like, mentally,
Listen.
emotionally, all that, right?
All the needs that we have need to
Okay.
be satisfied. If they're not satisfied at home,
Okay.
if for example, the two wives, the neighbors' wives are friends, right? And this wife continues to get much love from her husband. And this wife is seeing that. She's seeing all the love that he's pouring into her. And you ain't pouring that into her. That at a certain point, she's going to become deflated. At a certain point, she's like, damn, I can't get no love around here. I can't get a car. I can't get taken out to dinner. We can't get date night. Can you take mom on a trip somewhere? Like, God damn. And so what she's doing is she's really taking care of herself at that point.
Yes,
If she's
yes.
and so at the point of I can't get what I need here, it makes it easy to be influenced out there.
No,
Because there's a guy at work who's telling me I'm fine.
Yeah.
There's another guy at work who wants to buy me lunch all the time. You know what I'm saying? We're going to the show next
she's
week.
opening up her
right?
options. But one of the things I gotta tell you is, again, before we talk about when men cheat or whoever cheats, because it goes both ways. I really don't believe it's just one. But when I'm hearing you talk, just understand how you talking also can push you away. You looking at what somebody else doing, what another person is doing with another person, and then you expect your person to do that to you. See, you're idolizing someone else. And you ain't putting the effort into yourself. So now you assuming he needs to do this to you. You might not be doing hardly anything for him.
Like she
What
might
is
be doing for us.
expectation?
Well, the expectation is born.
Right.
You have no
You
work.
need to talk about the expectations
There is
in a
none.
relationship.
Only thing
know
you
what I
do
mean?
is you talk about what he ain't doing, how he always in the work, but it got to be done because somebody got to pay the damn bills. But you want this. You want to travel here. All that is talk. This person is out there working, but this other, he got all the time in the world. 2 different jobs.
Well, no, you can't live
this
on
is a
people's
per-
lives.
Yeah, you
this is a
can't.
manager that's out there and he has to be there because that's his job. This other person is a CEO. He don't. He got more time because he put that in already. He's paid at a higher rate and he got less. He has to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You comparing apples to oranges because you don't look at that. All you look at is all what he do.
Yeah.
You don't even understand the position. So now you driving a good, hard-working man into a position that he feels he's neglected.
That's right, Jay.
If
That
I'm
happens.
sitting here and I'm listening to you tell me about I don't spend no time, but my ass go in there 10, 12 hours a day, putting up with day crap. Now I got to come home to yours. And the only
all
thing you
about
care for is
conversation.
I don't care about your job and all that. You can get a better job.
But see-
But you ain't the one helping me with this job. You ain't the one out there putting up with this crap. But it's always what you feel.
Oh, so my part don't mean nothing? Is that what you saying? Oh,
I clean the house.
Oh.
I put up with them badass kids.
Yeah.
You
I mean,
mad.
dirty
That's
ass
a
bro.
job. That's a job.
And it's a job that you don't need to throw in my face. I got
That's a job.
this too.
It comes down to 2 people sitting down and communicating. Like
But
if
we
you
don't communicate.
Right, and that's
Don't
what we need to
communicate.
do. If
Hold on, I take
you
that back.
can't
We do.
compare people.
We fuss,
Hold on.
we argue, and we communicate in a foul way. You cannot degrade people, put them down, talk about them like crap,
No, you
and
can't.
call that a conversation.
No, you
Which is
can't.
why you
It
cannot
is
just be bringing up to them like, okay, this is shit you did I don't like the other day. You
Right.
would always be doing. You would do that shit every single
And that's
day.
negative, and nobody
And
wants to hear negative.
That's exactly right. So
You
what
gotta
you
treat
do is
people the way you want to be treated.
you hold back so that you can salvage a good afternoon, a good evening, a good tomorrow, a good vacation. Well, we got visitors coming this weekend. I don't want us to be arguing or fussing. So I
Yeah.
hold back and I
Yeah.
keep that.
I would tell you
But the problem is
humble.
we don't never readdress the
Right,
issue.
we don't ever
hang
bring
on
it
to
back
it.
up.
Well,
Right,
yeah, hold
it
on,
harbors.
It
Let's
harbors.
talk
It
about that.
harbors.
Let's talk about that. Humble yourself to realize that sometimes you got to pick your battles. My whole thing
You
is
do.
if you see some things, sometimes you got to be humble enough to let some things play out for you.
You
can
do.
interject and make it where it's more comfortable. I hate to say it, a lot of people are using this feminine movement and feeling like I can just tell you, okay? My whole thing, sometimes how you tell it can be disrespectful. If you tell me I don't know what the hell I'm talking about and things of this nature, please understand. You're talking to me in a tone automatically just shutting me down. It's not a conversation we're gonna keep having. It's not one that I'm gonna start listening to. It's gonna be one that I deflect from. I'm not gonna come home to your behind. I might go do something else. I ain't gonna say I'm gonna cheat because everybody ain't got cheat in them. Please understand, everybody don't cheat. I don't have to
Everybody
cheat on
does
you
not.
to still not respect you because you're not respecting me with your tone and how you coming at me.
It
And you should
depends.
know your man.
Okay, it
Yeah.
depends. Because what I'm gonna say is that you, like you said, you can't compare people relationships. You don't know what's going on in people's relationships. So even if, and I'm saying this, man or woman, if that person comes off disrespectful or rude, at the end of the day,
Right.
for one, just evaluate yourself for one. Because how are you communicating with that person? Like, I'm the type of person that I do harbor a lot of things.
Mhm.
And I will let things slide because I don't like conflict. I don't like confusion. I am that person, like Kraft say. Like, if we get into it, if you got family, your family will never know.
All right.
Because I got to smile, I'm hospitable. I'm going to take care of your family like I love your dirty drawers.
Right.
And that's just how I am because
Right.
I have a reputation for myself.
Mhm.
And your family did nothing to me. You did something to me. So they have nothing to do with it. But I'm the type of person, too, since I harbor, if you continue to antagonize me, if you continue to be disrespectful, then maybe one day you may be nice and I might just set off like a firecracker because you have given me it already. And so now I got to defend myself. I got to give it back to you. So that's why it's like you don't know people's situations and you do have to come back to the table and discuss these things. You do have to talk about it. You
Yeah.
can't harbor it in because I don't want to be that person that lashes out because you lashed out at me so many times. I still want to be very, very respectful because if you really love somebody, you don't want to disrespect
I
them.
don't want to hurt them.
You don't want to hurt them.
Yeah.
You just want to let them know, like, hey, I don't like this. What can we do to fix this?
I like that. And I'm going to tell you, In my last relationship, one of the things I said on the upfront is we're gonna always talk about our problems. We ain't gonna always see eye to eye. What we're not gonna do is yell at each other,
Right.
and we're gonna disrespect each other. And I'm not trying to hear I'm sorry. Because sorry means that you didn't mean to say what you said, but you said it. Because you ain't gonna never get them words back.
Yeah, you're never
So
gonna be able to get
I'm gonna
words
tell
back.
you,
You can't.
one of the hardest things I had to do is when a person come at me in a foul way, I had to shut down. I don't shut down. I attack. I got words that will hurt you. I promise you.
Yeah.
I destroying you without ever touching you.
Yeah.
That's this dude over here.
Right.
That did not like that behavior. So I don't want that. And I don't want no woman giving it to me. So one of the things I say is I would be humble and be quiet. And I would take it. And then, oh, you ain't got nothing to say. You making it like I'm a punk. No, I'm a person that's gonna be wise. It's not worth it. I gotta humble myself at that time because I would say something in my feelings and I already know you ain't factual. So when I come back and we have this conversation, I'm not in mine, we're gonna talk facts. You want to get back in yours? Then I already know this conversation ain't gonna go no further.
But that would
takes
make me.
time.
That's one of the things that
Right.
can really draw somebody to cheat too.
Well,
if there's a lot of arguments.
It can,
going
but
on,
I
and then
promise
that
you,
person
if
creeps
that
in.
draw you to cheat, your ass had cheating you already.
I mean,
I am not
I
disrespectful.
I believe, but it's like you have. It go back to the 80-20. So you and your household, it's always confusion.
Mhm.
Excuse me. And then here comes, like you say, Jake, or what they call the work husband. Excuse me. And they tell you everything you want to hear. Oh my God, like, you know, how are you doing today? Checking on you. And you talking about things, and it seems like what you go through at home is like ease with that person. And women can become vulnerable and men can become too.
Correct.
I know one of the things that I dealt with when I was in my early years, I never thought that I would cheat, but I did. And I did because I kept telling this person they would keep doing things without me. And it was looking really sneaky because at first we do everything together. You know, we would go up to the city, have a good time, and then things just stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And I try not to be in my own head and be like, you know, why is it stopped? Like, did he meet somebody on one occasion with his boys and he trying to live a double life? What's going on? But I didn't tell anybody. I just confronted him like, okay, well, last 3 weekends you went out. Like, I want to go to the city. He like, oh, no, you can stay here.
Mm-hmm.
You can stay here with your friends. And I'm like, but why can't my friends meet up with your friends and we go up there? Or why can't we just have something for ourselves? So that kept happening. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I didn't want to be the short end of the stick.
So what happened?
So I circled back. I recycled somebody. I said, who?
Oh,
Because I already
in the
knew.
trash can.
I did.
You went
I
back
did.
in the trash can.
I
You know,
did.
that's an easy call to make, though.
I
That's
did.
Listen,
But you know what?
Major
It
causes,
was-
'cause they
let me
still cost
tell
to
you
their
how
ex.
this happened,
Tell me
though.
about that trash
It was
talk.
crazy how it happened
Uh-huh.
because I feel, y'all always say that, everybody always say, like, when something happened that, you know, you must go, oh, the devil did it. I swear.
Uh-huh.
I was minding my business. I had no intention to do what I did. I swear. I was upset.
You fell.
Okay?
Trip.
And
You fell
I,
into it. You fell on the dick.
listen.
I'm just saying.
I went to a party
Okay.
and we was chilling.
Mm-hmm.
My ex was there, and this the person I was with before this person. Now, mind you, this current boyfriend, we lived together. I was 24, 25, and he had just came out of divorce too. So we dated while he was separated. I didn't know, and then before I moved in, he had just got divorced. It was weird. I found out
It
stuff on the
sounds like
back end,
Okay.
right? So I'm at this party, and I see my ex, and you know, we live in a small town. You gonna see your ex going to the damn grocery store.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, whatever. So he's looking at me, giving me this eye, and I'm like, Lord, like, what? What is going on here? Because I'm already heated, upset.
Yeah, and a little empty.
And he came right up over there, and he must have knew my boyfriend was out of town.
Oh.
Because he came
Just
right up
knew.
in that ear and was like, listen, you looking real good.
Right.
And listen, what your man at?
Mhm.
You know, I ain't lie. He ain't around. He
Wow.
in the city.
Yeah, tell me.
Oh, okay. Just go ahead and text me when you live out of here. I'm like, okay. So I text him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what happened. Now, mind you,
Hell no, you left out a whole
lot of shit.
You ain't now.
We,
You
like,
had the
listen.
ground and pound happen, and you gonna tell me I
listen.
but we met up.
Yes, ma'am.
At a little spot.
Uh-huh.
We met up at a little spot
We good
that
on that,
we didn't think
right.
nobody was gonna see us.
Okay.
You know, met up at a little spot, and we did.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
I need to get into
No,
this.
I want to
right?
hear more about what you did.
We know what you did. I want to hear what was the turning point. Did you say in your mind, like, you know what, that nigga
I
treating me like
said,
shit anyway?
I said, excuse me. Well, I said, fuck it,
In your head.
because I was tired of being left behind, and I already communicated I don't like this.
So after that, did you catch up?
Yes, I did twice. I caught up twice.
So,
Yeah,
um,
and I thought I got away with it, cause I did for a minute.
Yeah.
Like I said, I thought we
did too
had
for a little
something.
while.
We both had something to lose. Like, he was in his own situation. He had went back to the mother of his children.
Right.
He was living in her house,
Mhm.
and me and my boyfriend was already living together, and everybody knew that. Everybody knew who we were. They knew we was an item.
Right.
So, and I just didn't think that it would ever get out. And I did feel very bad. And I said, okay, I'm not gonna do it no more, because he didn't deserve it. Even though he was neglecting me, he didn't deserve that.
He deserved that. Okay.
And I understood that.
Right.
But when it came to me, I lied, of course. I said, what? Because when it first came to me, it was like, supposedly I had slept with somebody else. And I was like, you know, because back home, I was a person that was very sociable. I went out a lot. So I had happened to be like in a video. Like just a regular video, like a video girl.
Right.
And the person had said I had slept with the artist. And I was like, what? No. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I did sleep with someone, but it wasn't him. So when he came to me and told me, I was like, oh no, that's a no-brainer. I didn't do that. I never cheated, you know? And then it came back that no, actually the person didn't want to tell me the truth. You actually slept with this person. And I was like, what? How can you trust that person? They're not even a reliable source. They told you the wrong thing the first time.
That's called.
So I flipped it. I
deflection.
manipulated it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he knew the truth because
Yeah, they'll find out.
everybody knew about us too in the past that we was an item. So it was like a no-brainer. Yeah, she probably circled back. And I found out it was his cousin that told him, because I did go on a date with his cousin one time.
Yeah.
So he was bitter.
He was bitter. Huh?
No, you ain't gonna just throw that there.
Listen.
She said she
We
was
are-
with the cousin too, bro.
Listen,
Yeah,
I went on one date with the cousin.
It's a small town, bro. That's how it happens. In
Right,
Small town, hell, like you getting around. Charlie
No,
Brown.
I did not sleep with him.
Listen,
You didn't
I
sleep with the
love your
Hell
input.
no.
But you was with him.
I went on one date. I went on one date.
We get that. We get
And
that.
the guy the ex I circled back to, he actually had used his car to take me on the date. So
So
he
you
was
even
real.
used his car too?
And he got
Dated him and you used his car. Did
No,
you use
he
his car
didn't
too?
start. No.
I mean, you ain't
Now,
got no
Watch
respect for
this.
people.
Watch that,
I know that you ain't borrowed my car ever.
No, you
It
crazy.
is
No, but that's why I cheated. Overall principle to the story was I cheated because I felt neglected. Yes, I did communicate it. The person did not deserve it. I could have just broke up with him. And eventually we did, you know,
Right.
but I felt neglected. I felt left out, and I thought he was my friend overall. So I'm like, why you don't want to hang with me?
Okay,
So watch this.
let me have some fun before you go in yours real quick.
It's time to close.
Oh no, we ain't gonna close just yet. We're gonna tab it over because one of the things we got a good dialogue on, and one of the things I want to say again, you know, when they talk about cheating and this, that, and the other, and why, you know, a lot of times cheating is not always what a person is doing. Please understand, people accuse people, and they're accusing them wrongly because they've been through enough, and they look at. Well, I've been through this, so you must be doing the same thing again too. So we're gonna talk about some of them as well because everybody doesn't cheat. But you got that person that goes out and he's doing things, but that don't mean he's always cheating.
Yeah.
But then a person feels like I'm feeling neglected and you help me feel that way. Well, sometimes it's mentally in you,
Yeah.
then more so than another person. And I want to make sure I talk for that person because they're hurting too. All this stuff is causing a lot of pain and we're not having a great conversation to help anybody. All we're doing is accusing or blaming and we're not changing. Cheating can cause a lot of damage. And number one damage is normally to the family. It's to the kids that might be related or the mother and father that you was going to take their hand in marriage. And now you out here playing with somebody else. That's a mental damage that we are not even talking about. And that's from the father and mother side, regardless of the person that you just walked away from.
Yeah.
And these are the things that we don't think about. All right?
Yeah,
And
you know
that's
what?
why I said, let's talk about it.
We have not said it, Jay, and I'm glad you did, that we don't believe in cheating. Cheating is a no-no. It doesn't work. It doesn't get you far. It only is going to get you left behind. It does not work. Fellas, if you are feeling some kind of way about your current relationship, the worst thing that you can do is go and cheat. If you love her, fight through it, talk to her,
Or leave her.
you know, or leave her. Or
Just
leave, right?
Give opportunity for them to be happy
There
with
you
someone
go.
else. Don't make misery happen because you're trying to stay.
There you
Yeah.
go. And to kind of summarize this evening's conversation, we're talking about the major causes of cheating. How about this? We didn't understand what marriage was supposed to be, so, right? Not ready to be in a relationship, right? You grew apart from one another.
I ain't gonna keep that
Right?
in mind.
How about neither one of you are really dealing with the issues at hand?
Right.
Somebody's running. You're constantly being running from the issues.
Yeah.
What about being disrespected? Talked about that, right?
Yeah.
Not communicating.
Yeah.
How about be too big on yourself? You got your
Egotistical.
ego in the way,
Yep.
and you're gonna mess around and lose your loved one.
Exactly.
Right? There are those who've been tired of being left behind. You're not
Yeah.
spending enough time with me. You're not doing what you used to do. Right?
Yes, sir.
You know, those who are feeling neglected and left out. Those who
Yeah.
are feeling. Listen, this is important.
What's that?
Those who are feeling misunderstood. If you are constantly in arguments with your significant other,
Trying to find understanding.
nobody's being understood.
Nobody's being
the
heard.
greatest human need under the sun is to be loved
Understanding.
and understood.
SWV said it.
If you're not understanding each other, you're probably growing apart. Okay. How about what Jay just said? Not being healed from being cheated on.
Ass wounds. Yeah.
Right? You go out and cheat because you think they're cheating, but they're not cheating.
They
You
never
just think
even
they're cheating
cheated,
because you're
right.
not healed from the last time you got cheated on.
Right.
And you think that every time somebody's away from you, they out doing some nonsense.
Right. The
Right?
insecurity.
There you go. I like this one. You know, what he's saying is okay. I just don't like the way he's talking to me. I don't like how he's talking. It's not. We can discuss the issue, but the way he says it,
Degrading.
right? That's part of that understanding. Here's the bottom line for relationships, and let me just say this for all of us, because I too seek love in the world.
Me too.
The question that we all have to ask ourselves before it goes awry is, what can we do to fix this?
Analyze some of the things
And-
that you've been through.
and-
Take the time to understand yourself. Love yourself.
Love
Pray.
yourself.
And then understand that
Yeah.
mistakes has happened. Quit blaming. Start changing.
And one of the greatest set of words I've ever heard on this show, we've done over 600 shows here at Bar Talk with Jay.
Yes.
One of the greatest things that Jay has said is that no two people really can be together without God.
Oh, that's not gonna happen. That gotta
If-
be at the core.
If you don't have God in your relationship, you are almost destined to
Doomed.
fail.
Yeah.
And so that's word to the wise for all of us.
Yeah.
When we get in a relationship with somebody, we know we have to include God.
Absolutely.
We know that we're going to have to, find some church, read some passage, pray together, but we have to have a proactive and intentional strategy to keep this relationship together, because if we don't, then we know we're going to fall out like the other 50, 60, 70% of the people.
It's the truth.
The causes of cheating are preventable. The causes of cheating can be dealt with before you go and cheat. Let's all keep that in mind next time you get in a hard place in a
Preventative
relationship.
care. Just like you do with your
There you
health.
go. And it is time for us to close the show. This has been Bar Talk with Jay.
Yes,
My
it
name
is.
is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
In the building.
And we have Brittany in the house tonight
Yes.
with us. And of course, we want to thank you for your participation tonight.
Thank you for
Excellent
having me.
commentary. We're here every Thursday from 7 to 8, Facebook Live. We're on every major platform. Please like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. Tell all your friends and family. And come back and join us for some of this real, genuine, underneath the surface, real live dialogue. We do it because we care. We do it because we want to create a healing environment. And so we thank you folks for being here with us tonight. Never forget that we love you. We appreciate you. And with that, we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.